In the previous class, we have discussed about digestion. Digestion in buccal cavity, where starch is converted to maltose and disaccharide. Then in stomach, where proteins were converted to protease, peptones and polypeptide by pepsin. Now the food reaches in small intestine. Maximum digestion occurs in the first part of small intestine, that is duodenum. The food which is coming from the stomach, also known as chyme, is acidic in nature due to secretion of HCl by gastric gland. Now when the food comes in duodenum, it receives the secretion of pancreatic juice and bile juice. Maximum enzymes for digestion of food are located in pancreatic juice, but they can work only and only if the medium is alkaline. This alkaline medium is provided by bile juice. Enzymes which are present in the pancreatic juice are in inactive form. These inactive form of enzymes are converted to active form by alkaline medium produced by bile juice. These inactive enzymes are, number first, trypsinogen, which is converted to active form trypsin by enterokinase secreted by intestinal juice. This trypsin further hydrolyze the trypsinogen, that remaining part of trypsinogen, and activate other pancreatic enzymes which are present in inactive form like chymotrypsinogen and procarboxypeptidase. This chymotrypsinogen by the action of trypsin converts to chymotrypsin. Procarboxypeptidase by action of trypsin converts to carboxypeptidase. Now we are having the enzymes which are necessary for digestion of protein. The enzymes are trypsin, chymotrypsin, carboxypeptidase. First of all, in the stomach, we have seen that proteins are converted to proteose, peptones and polypeptides. These proteins, peptones and polypeptides by the action of trypsin and chymotrypsin converts to small polypeptides. These small polypeptides further by the action of carboxypeptidase converts to amino acid and dipeptides. Now the enzymes which are present in the intestinal mucosa like aminopeptidase and dipeptidase acts on these dipeptides and convert them to smallest particle, that is amino acid. This results in complete digestion of protein. Some part of digestion occur in stomach, some in intestine by the action of pancreatic enzyme and others by the enzymes of intestinal mucosa. This results in complete digestion of protein. Now the digestion of starch. We have seen that in buccal cavity and pancreatic juice, alpha amylase enzyme is present. This alpha amylase converts starch into maltose and disaccharides. These disaccharides are further acted by enzymes of intestinal mucosa like sucrase, maltase and lactase. They also work in alkaline medium. Sucrase act on sucrose and convert it to monosaccharide like glucose and fructose. Maltase acts on maltose and converts it to glucose and glucose. Lactase act on lactose and convert it to glucose and galactose. Alpha limit dextrinase act on alpha limit dextrin and further convert it to glucose. In this way, starch is converted to its initial, simplest and smallest monosaccharide which can be absorbed by large intestine. In this way, protein and starch are completely digested in duodenum. Now the digestion of fat. Fat is digested by an enzyme lipase. Lipase is present in very small quantity in gastric juice. It results in incomplete digestion because it works in alkaline medium and gastric juice is acidic in nature. However, a small amount of milk fat on action of gastric lipase converts to fatty acid and glycerol. Maximum digestion occur in small intestine. Actually, the fat molecule are first of all emulsified. Emulsified means bigger fat molecules are broken down into smaller fat molecules so that enzymes can act on it. This process is known as emulsification. When these fat molecules become small in size, then these emulsified fats can easily be acted by the enzyme lipase. For this, bile salt or bile juice plays an important role because bile juice contains bile salt and lecithin. They have one polar end which is soluble in water present in the food and one non-polar end which is dissolved in the surface of fat globule. Both these opposite end, polar and non-polar, causes reduction in surface tension of fat, because of which the fat molecule is broken down into small pieces and hence emulsification occurs. Now, this emulsified fat is acted by the lipase which is present in the pancreatic juice as well as intestinal mucosa and is converted to fatty acid and monoglyceride. In this way, complete digestion of fat occurs which will further be absorbed by intestinal region.